as we are discussing the sequencing problems in operations research. We have already done with the processing n jobs through two machines in a previous video. So now we are going with processing n jobs through three machines, and in further videos we are going for n jobs through m machines and 2 jobs through m machines. So going forward for the type 2 problems, so the processing n jobs through 3 machines. So here the problem statement has been given like this. It is very similar to the previous problem but with the machine C, which has been added extra here in this 3 machine problem. Here in industry there are 6 jobs to process, each of which should go to machines A, B and C in order ABC. Okay, the order of processing will be A, B and C sequentially. Then the process timings are given in hours. Okay, then determine the optimal sequence and time elapsed, that is total time elapsed. So going forward for finding an optimal sequence, so as there are 3 machines A, B and C, we cannot directly allocate the sequence with the least time as we did in a first case or earlier case. You can see that the problem in the description below. So here there are 2 conditions. So the problem must satisfy the given conditions, that is minimum of A or minimum of C. Either of them should be greater than or equal to maximum of B. That is, in this given problem, minimum of A is 2. You can find this from the given table above. So minimum of A is 2, which is not greater than or equal to maximum of B, because maximum of B is 8. So this condition is not satisfied. But here the second condition, minimum of C equal to 8, which is greater than or equal to maximum of B, which is 8. So 8 equals to 8, the condition has been satisfied. Hence the problem can be proceeded further. Here, once the criteria has been satisfied, then finding an optimal sequence, we need to add or merge the time required to complete by 2 machines of a single job, that is A plus B and B plus C. Going further by calculating the table values, we get as shown here, that is by adding the times of machine A, B and B plus C. So we get those values. Then we can go further assigning an optimal sequence as shown in the previous example. So once the merging of the time of the different machines, that is A plus B and B plus C for a single job has been done, then we are going for finding an optimal sequence. Here you can see that from the table 8 is the minimum value which belongs to the job 4, and machine A plus B will be assigned by that job. So 4 will be assigned to A plus B. Then that column will be eliminated. Thereafter the 9 will be minimum value. So that belongs to machine A plus B. And that 9 value belongs to job 3. So that the job 3 will be assigned to machine A plus B as shown here. Then later on those 2 columns will be eliminated, and then 11 will be the next minimum value. So here 11 is minimum for both job 1 and job 5. So here job 1 11 is belongs to machine A plus B, and job 5 11 is belongs to B plus C. So that will be assigned accordingly. So hence 1 will be assigned to A plus B, and then 5 will be assigned to B plus C as shown in the table below. Thereafter those 2 will also be eliminated. Then 12 will be the minimum value, which is for job 6 and which will be allocated or assigned to machine A plus B as shown. You can see here that now jobs 4, 3, 1, 6 and 5 are assigned. So only 1 is left, that is 2. You can directly fill that box by 2. Yeah, now this will be the final optimal sequence. So the optimal sequence as goes 4, 3, 1, 6, 2 and 5. So now the jobs of a machine A, B and C are arranged in the given order. So this will be the arrangement of the machines. Now let's find the total elapsed time and idle time. Here the allocation has to be done in the order of A, B, C. So now here when we consider that the starting time will be the 0th hour, then 0 plus 2 becomes 2. In a similar way, all the jobs need to be assigned, then 2 plus 5 becomes 7, then 7 plus 3 becomes 10. So in this way this complete table has been calculated. Here we can see that the idle time for A cannot be calculated initially because we need to calculate the total time required for all the processes. Once the allocation for machine A has been done, now we can go for machine B. Here the in time for machine B for job 4 will be 2 hours because A takes 2 hours to complete its job 4. The table for the machine B as follows. We can see that for job 1 the out time at B is 20 hours. For job 6 the in time is 21 hours. Why? Because here you can see that for job 6 out time is 21 hours because unless this outs, that is this comes out, this product has been fabricated, we cannot go for the machining at machine B. So there will be 1 hour idle, the machine won't run for 1 hour, then it again starts at 21st hour. So in a similar way, at this you can see that in red color it's been highlighted, this 39 and this is 42. So here the trick is you need to consider the maximum among these two values every time. Here also you can see 20 and 21, you consider the maximum value here, and then here 39 and 42 will be maximum. That is the trick here. And then you can see this is the out time at A. Unless the machine has been fabricated at machine A or the product has been fabricated at machine A, we cannot proceed it at machine B. So the in time at B for job 5 will be 42 hours. So this idle time will be calculated further once we know the complete process timings, because after this 45th hour machine B would be idle until the process, that is complete process, will be completed for A, B and C. So considering at machine C, you can see that here in time at C is the out time at B. So this 8 and then this 12 becomes 20, and the table is as shown. Here 8 plus 12 becomes 20 and 20 plus 9 becomes 29. So here in a similar way, calculating the table, 77 hours, at 77th hour, at the completion of 77th hour, the process A, B, C, that is all the processes will be completed. Hence the total elapsed time is 77 hours. Now calculating the idle time at A and idle time at B at the end hours, because until the process C at machine C has been calculated, that is up to 77 hours, this will be an idle condition. So machine B will be idle for 32 hours and then this will be at 35 hours. This is calculated by 77 minus 42, and here 77 minus 45, hence 32. In a similar way, here the total elapsed time is 77 hours, then idle time at A 35 hours and idle time at B 38 hours and idle time at C is 8 hours. Here you can see this 8 hours. Here for this 38 hours you need to sum all these hours. For here 35 hours you need to sum all this data. Thank you.